Good day everyone, this is Marissa Ahoswise from Davao City, Philippines. I have just arrived here in America with my K2 and my baby doggy. Look at her. Now, in this video, I will be talking about how to apply for a K1 visa from the Philippines, because I am a Filipino and I came from Davao City, so I can talk about my experiences on the application of the K1 visa, the whole process. So here I will give you the steps. The first thing that you should do is the personal meeting. The USCIS needs to establish or needs to know that you and your fiancé really met for real. So how would they know that you met? Through your pictures together. Yes, so the pictures would prove that the relationship is really legit. Now, in our case, we've put the dates. We set up the camera settings so the dates would be shown on our pictures. And on your pictures, do not wear sunglasses. If your eyes don't have problems, you can also take off your glasses. Okay, because the USCIS also wants to see your whole face, that you are really the real person in the picture. So the pictures with your family, your friends, your colleagues, or whoever, more pictures, more chances to be approved. So personal meeting should happen within 2 years that you apply for the K1 visa. Although we misunderstood it before, that's why my boyfriend, again, before my husband now, visited me for second time. Okay, last year. So I will talk about the visit last 2018. So my boyfriend or my husband visited me in 2018, specifically on April 9th, 2018, just to do the paperwork. He stayed there for a month, and for the whole month we accomplish all the paperwork, because the agency that we paid told us that my signature should be raw. So all the papers that I need to sign were done in the Philippines. So when my husband came back on May 4th or May 5th 2018, last year, he brought all the papers and pictures and all the things that we needed, and in a packet, then submitted that to the USCIS on May 29, 2018. Then after that, we got the first notice of action 1. This is it, the I-797 form, I-797C. So this doesn't tell you that you are approved. This just tells you that the USCIS has received your packet. So this is actually a receipt that the USCIS got your paperwork. Then after this, we had the notice date on June 4, 2018. So after this, we waited until November. So we submitted on May 29, 2018, then had it in June. So we started counting in June, July, August, September, October, November. So our papers got approved on November 8, 2018. Some are lucky because after 3 months, everything is approved. But for us, we waited for 6 months. Then this is the NOAA 2. This is the I-797C. No C anymore. I-797 Notice of Action 2. This would tell you that your papers are approved. Actually, this is an approval notice that your application for K1 visa is approved. After the NOAA 2, you will receive another letter from the Embassy of the United States of America. This is it, Manila, Philippines. Now, this is the letter giving you the website for interview. So this letter will tell you are now eligible to schedule for an interview. So you are given the website to log on to schedule for an interview, and you are also given the website for payment. So remember, you cannot schedule an interview if you haven't paid in the Bank of Philippine Islands or BPI. So you are given the website here. You are given the guide how to pay. There is a form there, so just log on to that website. This letter is sent in email. At the same time, there is also a hard copy. So if you can receive it in email, you can print that out. Always print that out because that will be asked there, especially in St. Luke's, I remember. Yeah. So there, before you schedule for an interview, you should pay at BPI first. And remember, the payment is not done in dollars. Even if you can see in the website the amount is in dollars, but you should always pay in pesos. They will not accept the dollar payment. So you have the receipt. After having the receipt, you can now go to the website again of the U.S. Embassy in Manila, and you are there given the website. And this is a very important letter. Everything is here. After paying, you are now ready to schedule for an interview. You log on and schedule your interview in your most convenient date. So you have the choice for your interview schedule. Then after having set all the interview schedule, go to the St. Luke's website again. St. Luke's Medical Clinic in Ermita. Only the clinic, not the hospital. Now, St. Luke's and U.S. Embassy are close. So, your hotel should be within the St. Luke's vicinity and the U.S. Embassy vicinity. That's what we did with my daughter. The payment for St. Luke's Medical Clinic 2 is done in pesos. You cannot pay in the banks. You will pay that there in St. Luke's. We paid about 17,000 something. Yes, especially if the K2 is beyond 9 years old. 9 years old and below, 14,000 something. I read that. So you can see that there. Now after that, you are now ready for medical exam. When you schedule for your medical exam, don't make it too far from your interview. For example, your interview is January 10. Your medical exam at least should be January 6 or 5. Do not be too far from your interview. So in our case, I got the interview supposedly on March 15, 2019. So we went to Manila on March 10 because our medical exam starts on March 11. That was Monday, and my interview is on Friday, supposedly. However, after the X-ray, something was seen in me, although my daughter was clear. So after the X-ray, I was submitted to have the sputum test. So the sputum runs for 3 days. So after that March 11, I came back on March 12, 13, and 14. So 3 days sputum test in St. Luke's. It's part of your payment already. So after 3 days, I got the result on March 15. So that's where you know if you are negative or positive. Luckily, I was negative. However, it's not yet finished, since the sputum will undergo culture. You have to wait for 2 months for culture. Interview was canceled. I had to wait until May. So I had to reschedule again my interview after 2 months. Luckily, I was negative after the culture. So my daughter and I went back to Manila on May 22 because my interview was May 24. So I did not stay really long because my schedule for St. Luke's was May 22. So I went back to Manila on May 21, 2019, this year. And May 22 was my medical exam again together with my daughter. The result was given to us in the afternoon because we had it in the early morning. Then I waited until May 24. Luckily, we passed the interview. So that's why we are here. So that's all for now. Wait for my next video. I will show you the interview process again. I will talk about the interview. Okay, bye for now.